everybody.
Shalom.
Welcome. We are very happy to have everyone here on this beautiful Shabbat morning. Yeah, hello. So thank you so much for joining with us for our Shabbat morning service. And we're going to explain what all of that means in a little bit. Because how many of you, this is your first time coming for a Shabbat service? Don't be shy. Awesome. Okay. I promise you, our job is to make sure you know what's going on when. So we will give you explanations for that. Because it's a service. This is worship. So this isn't a performance. We're not going to be critiquing or putting up point signs for Jake this morning as he is becoming bar mitzvah. Okay, mom's kind of wishing we were. But today Jake, as a bar mitzvah, as a young adult in our Jewish community, he gets to have this wonderful honor of leading us in our worship today. So since this is a worship service, I want to invite you to take your cell phones and make sure that they are in the silent position or even turn them off. Completely disconnect. So that way we can really connect with one another in here and we get to hear the music that we are going to create together. We have our photographer who he is in the back there. He'll capture the moments so that way you don't have to worry about, got to get a picture of that. You don't. He's got it back there. And also we want to welcome those of you who are streaming into our services. We wish you Shabbat Shalom. Do we have any family who's streaming that you know of? No? Okay, well, anybody who's streaming in, we are grateful that you are joining us as well and welcome you into our home here. So let us warm up our voices. Cantor Reinwald, will you please help us begin by kind of setting our tone?
We begin with this song, which is called a nigun. This is a melody that has no specific words, so we sing on the syllable yalalai, so we can focus on how the music makes us feel as we warm up our mind, body, spirit, and voice. So please join in as we sing with a smile. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la.
Lila, it's really easy.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la ya la la, ya la 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 ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la la la.
See, Yailai, not so bad. That's pretty easy, right? You got that down. Okay, so, if you can talk, you can sing. Doesn't matter which note you're starting on. That's why we have the cantor. He gets us right where we need to be, right in that wonderful place of that note. So really participate. Shabbat worship is about us joining together and participating throughout the service. So in order to do that, you need to know a couple of things. First of all, we're going to use a prayer book. Now, they are right in front of you. They are right underneath your seats in the front row there. And Jake, I'm going to borrow your prayer book, if I may, sir. Thank you so much. The prayer book that's right in front of you is called Mishkan Tefillah. All right, and so this is our prayer book for the Reform movement. And so when you open up the prayer book, all right, friends, what do you notice about this prayer book? It's on the other side. It's backward. Thank you very much. All right, we got the voices in the back row. Awesome. All right, so it is backward. It's opening the opposite direction that a prayer book would, the book would in English, because we read Hebrew from right to left instead of English, which is left to right. So therefore, the prayer book opens up the opposite way. Now, if you open up to any page right in the middle of the prayer book, go for it. Open somewhere just totally random in the middle of the page or middle of the book. Beautiful. You see Hebrew there. Now, there are two different columns that you're going to notice. So there's a column on the right-hand side that has the Hebrew letters and the Hebrew words in the Hebrew font. And then on the left side is English letters that might look like gibberish. It's not, I promise. It's actually the transliteration of the Hebrew, because we recognize not everybody knows how to read or decipher the Hebrew letters. So therefore, we want to make sure that prayer is accessible to everybody. And so therefore, if you want to try pronouncing some of the Hebrew words, the transliteration is there in the left-hand column. Now, this is Jake's prayer book, which is a little bit different than yours, especially because the Hebrew in his prayer book, he does not have the transliteration. This is when the guys in the back row go, whoa, dude, look, yeah, he's actually reading from the Hebrew itself. I know, yeah, Jake, exactly. He's been doing this for a while. So now Jake's prayer book is also a little bit different than the prayer books that you're holding. The prayer books that you're holding are the Shabbat version. There's multiple services in the prayer book. For Shabbat, the seventh day, the day of rest, the Sabbath. Also, then you have services for festivals and for weekdays. This prayer book only has for Shabbat, so it's smaller. Jake's prayer book is the full version of Mishkan Tefillah, so it's a little bit more heavy. This has been his weight training for the past year. And also, which means since it's the full version, the pagination is different. So if you look at the page numbers in your prayer book at the bottom of the page, you're going to notice two different colors of page numbers, black and blue. So we're going to be following along when we call out page numbers today, the blue page numbers. Those are going to correspond to Jake's book. That way, we are all on the same page together. Thank you, my friend. Throughout our service, we're going to be singing and doing readings together. Feel free, join along. If you don't know the words, Lai works very well, so feel free. We also use our bodies for prayer, that there's going to be times where we're going to ask everyone to rise, and you're going to notice times where we're going to be bowing in humble reverence before God. So we'll give you all of those cues. We will make sure that you know where we're at and what's going on when it's going on. There's also notes, by the way, in the bottom of the pages of the prayer book that might explain some of the prayers. And so feel free, read along with those, explore the prayer book. Jake will always be telling us what page we're on, so that way if you get lost in the prayer book, that's great. He'll get you right back where you need to be whenever you're ready to return. Finally, we pray with what we wear. So we have the kippah, the yarmulke, the head covering, that is a reminder of God's presence all around us. And then we also have the talit, the prayer shawl. Now, we are commanded to wear fringes, not all the little fringes here, but there are 4 different fringes that are on the corners of the garment. They are called tzitzit. Tzitzit are there to remind us of all 613 commandments that we find in the Torah. There's not just 10. We always think about the 10 commandments, right? So there's actually 613 commandments in the Torah. Now, the question that we have to ask, our text goes back 3,000 years, is what do those commandments that we started learning about and that it came into existence over 3,000 years ago, what do they have to do with our lives today? And that is an amazing question that we are constantly asking and that we are constantly exploring and making sure that Judaism continues to always be relevant. Judaism is constantly growing. It's constantly evolving to our needs and to who we are and where we are in today's world. So when we look upon the tzitzit, we're reminded that we are constantly doing that work, that we're studying the text itself as the foundation, and then from there exploring how it is that we bring Judaism into our lives today. Well, when a young woman becomes a bat mitzvah, a daughter of the commandments. So, by the way, this is becoming bat mitzvah or becoming bar mitzvah. Jake is not having a bar mitzvah, all right? So he is becoming one. He is becoming a son of the commandments. When they become a son or a daughter of the commandments, they receive their first talit, their first prayer shawl. And so it is my honor to invite Jake, if you'll come on up here and join me, along with Chick and Rochelle Carano to come forward and present you with your very first talit.
We're just very proud of you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef b'tzitzit.
Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, eternal soul of the universe, who makes us holy through the mitzvot, commands us to wear fringes on the corners of our garment. Mazel tov. Thank you. You may return to your seat. We give thanks for all of our blessings as we turn to page 186, Modeh Moda Ani. Moda Ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam shehechezartam Nishmati bechemla, bechemla, Rabba emunatecha, Rabba emunatecha, Moda ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam. Shehechezartam pi nishmati bechemla, bechemla, Rabba emunatecha, Rabba emunatecha. As we turn to page 224, Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון וחיי כל בית ישראל בגאלה ובזמן קריב במהרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם מהמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשם בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמא במהרו אמן.
We rise now for our call to worship, Baruch Hu, page 226.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Adonai HaMevorach.
Hata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Yoter or uvare hoshe, Osei shalom uvare et hakol, Hameir la'aret, Veladarim aleha barahamim, Uvtuvo mahadesh, Behol yom tamid, Ma'asita, Marabu ma'aseha, Adonai kulam, Behochma, Asita, Mala, Haaret kinyaneha, Titbara, Adonai Eloheinu, Al Sheva Maaseh Yadeha, Ve'al Me'or Or She Asita Yafa'a Ruha Selah.
Or Chadash, Ad Zion Tahir, 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 Venizke Kulanu, Mehera leoro, Venizke kulanu, Mehera leoro, Or Chadash, Ad Zion Tahir, Or Chadash, Ad Zion Tahir.
Baruch Hata Adonai Yotzer HaMe'orot. Please join me on page 231. Once or twice in a lifetime, a man or a woman may choose a radical leaving, having heard, Lech Laha, go forth. God disturbs us towards our destiny by hard events and by freedom's now urgent voice, which explode and confirm who we are. We don't like leaving, but God loves becoming. Baruch Hata Adonai Haboher Be'amo Yisrael Be'al Hava.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. We continue on page 234, chanting Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha B'chol lavavcha U'b'chol nafshecha U'b'chol me'odecha Ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele Asher anuhi mitzavaha Hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha Vidibarta bam Beshivteha beveteha Uvlechteha vaderech Uvshochbeha uvkumecha Ukshartam leod al yadeha Vehayu letotafot beineneha Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha Uvisharecha Leman tiskeru ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. We continue on page 240, singing Miha Moha.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Li chamocha ba'elim Adonai Li kamocha nehedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot Yosef eleh Nora tehilot Yosef eleh שירה חדשה שיבחו גאולים לשמך אספת הים יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם עד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Sur Israel kuma be'ezrat Israel ופתחי נאומך יהודה וישראל גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו קדוש ישראל ברוך אתה אדוני גאה ישראל
Amen. Page 242.
Adonai sifata tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha Adonai open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasei Avot ve'imahot, U'mevii Geula livnei b'neihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיה הכל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מחכה חיים בחסד מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, כך כתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר,
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו.
אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, מה אדיר שמך בכל הארץ.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו.
אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם,
ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה.
לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
To all generations we declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please join us at the bottom of page 250 as we sing Vishamru.
Shamaru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אני לעולם מותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We continue on page 252. Elohe ve'Elohe avotenu ve'imotenu, ritzeh v'imnu hatenu, kadshenu b'mitzvoteha, v'tan hilkenu b'mitzvoteha, sab'enu mitzuvateha, v'samhenu b'shuvaha, v'taher lib'enu lahovdeha be'emet, v'han hilenu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava uvratzon Shabbat kodsheha, v'hanahu va Yisrael be'am bekadshmo shameha. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. We continue on page 254. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu, be'amha Yisrael, utafi laratzon, tikabel utahi laratzon, tamid, avodat Yisrael, ameha. Al karov lahol korav, pene el avadeha, veholnenu shafu ruhaha alenu. V'tehazena einenu beshuvha litzion be'ahava. Baruch atah Adonai hamahazir shehinato litzion. Please join me on page 257. For the expanding grandeur of creations, worlds and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations. Modim menach nulah. For this fragile planet, its earth and its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons. Modim menach nulah. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements. Modim menach nulah. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. Modim menach nulah. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared. Modim menach nulah. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom. Modim menach nulah. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose. Modim menach nulah. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ucha na'eh lehodot. As we continue now on page 258, Sim Shalom. Sim Shalom, Tova u'bracha, Ein v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, V'yako Yisrael, V'yako Yisrael lamecha. Barcheinu Yosreinu kulanu kecha, Ve'or panecha, Ki ve'or panecha natata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu. Sim shalom, sim shalom, tova u'bracha, Hein v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, Ve'yako Yisrael, Ve'yako Yisrael amecha. Torah chaim ve'ahavat chesed, ve'ahavat chesed, u'tzedaka u'racha ve'rachamim, ve'chayim ve'shalom. Sim shalom, sim shalom, tova u'bracha, Hein v'chesed ve'rachamim aleinu, Ve'yako Yisrael, Ve'yako Yisrael amecha.
V'tov, v'tov me'necha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך.
Sim shalom, sim shalom, tova u'bracha, Hein v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu, Ve'yako Yisrael, Ve'yako Yisrael amecha.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Shemo.
המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום.
Amen.
We continue in silent meditation.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן, ואמרו אמן.
So we've reached this part of our service called Seder Kriyat HaTorah. It is the service, the order of reading of Torah. Now earlier during our service, when we went for that section called Amidah, and what's really convenient about a prayer called Amidah, the word Amidah is to stand. It's called the standing prayer, which is exactly what we did. Brilliant, right? So we went to the Ark, we opened up the Ark doors there, and behind me there are 5 Torah scrolls in our Ark, and there's actually 6 spots for Torah scrolls. Our 6th Torah, which is our Torah from the Czech Republic, is in the process of being repaired. We as a congregation are repairing this amazing Torah scroll that is over 300 years old from the Czech Republic that had been damaged from the Holocaust, but also, something that's over 300 years old, wear and tear over many years can wreak havoc with it. But that Torah scroll is being repaired right now. We're healing that Torah scroll because it's so important. And why is it important? Well, Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible, okay? So you have Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. All 5 of those books are contained in a scroll, in the Torah. And every single Torah scroll is exactly the same, yet every single Torah scroll is a little bit different. How is it the same? Well, each one has exactly what I just said, those first 5 books of the Bible, written in Hebrew, handwritten by a sofer, by a scribe. And in a little while, I'll invite you up to come and take a closer look at a Torah scroll, so you can see how it's all handwritten. You can't put a Torah scroll through a computer and print it that way. You have to do it by hand. Well, so this tradition has been passed on from generation to generation to generation. And so, therefore, each Torah scroll is exactly the same number of letters, the same number of words. Everything has to be exactly a copy. So, in fact, when a sofer sits down to write the Torah scroll, he or she will actually copy letter for letter, word for word, from one Torah scroll to the other, or sometimes with a book that's called a tikkun. A tikkun has exactly how the Torah is written. And so it's copied down. What makes it different? What makes it unique? Well, we all have different handwriting, right? So a sofer is trained by a sofer, who is trained by another sofer, who's trained by another sofer. You get the idea. There's no school that a sofer can go to learn how to write a Torah scroll. They're taught the customs and traditions and also the different styles of writing in a Torah scroll by the sofer who teaches them. And in fact, they can't do anything different in the Torah scroll. It has to all be written the exact same way, except there are some different little flourishes, some little designs on some of the letters. And especially the Torah scroll that's being repaired right now from the Czech Republic, it has this unique letter called the spiral pei. A pei sounds exactly like what it sounds like. P. It's a p sound. But it's done in a spiral tradition. What's so interesting, though, is that we have no idea why. Because the Sophers, the Sophrim, who wrote Torah scrolls from the Czech Republic, are all gone. They all were either over generations have passed away, or during the Holocaust, the last of the Sophrim from the Czech Republic perished, were killed during the Holocaust. That's why this Torah scroll is so important, because this Torah scroll was saved from the Holocaust, along with many others that were then distributed to congregations like ourselves, so that we never forget, the Holocaust, the atrocities that happened in those who tried to destroy the Jewish people. But we are far from destroyed. We continue to live, we continue to grow. We are a part of that wonderful link, that tradition. So there are those unique pieces that we'll see in our Torah scroll. And also, of course, the story is passed down from one generation to the next. What does the story mean? What does the law mean? Why is this said this way, or this story told in this way? Well, you know what's wonderful is that Torah is not just the words that we read on the parchment. Torah is also what we share and how we interpret it. If you remember when I said earlier about when we started our conversation and started our service, that Judaism is constantly evolving. So while the words and the letters on the Torah scroll don't change, what changes is how we interpret them, how we find meaning in them, what it is that we learn from them and then take with us and then pass on to the next generation. What's really awesome is today, Jake, you become bar mitzvah. One of your responsibilities in becoming a bar mitzvah is not only to lead us in Shabbat worship, but also to be our teacher. So you have studied this Torah portion that's called Tzav, comes from the book of Leviticus, and you have wrestled with it, and you have turned it over and over again, and you have found meaning in it for yourself that will then inspire us as well today. So later on, after we've read from Torah, Jake will then give what's called a Devar Torah, will give us words of Torah, a lesson for us to carry with us. So let us begin this wonderful journey of our Torah service as we turn to page 362.
Elohim Adonai, ve'en kimasecha, malchutecha malchut kol amim, umemshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai ozlam yitein, Adonai varech et amo v'shalom.
Throughout our Torah service, we will have a number of family and friends participating, and it is my honor to call forward to stand right in front of our bima here as we will pass Torah from generation to generation. Basil and Nellie Shcharber, Chick and Rochelle Carano, Stan and Nancy Shcharber, and then Jake, you'll be right here at the end. So we'll start right over here with the grandparents, followed by the parents, and Jake. And then Josh Santangelo, did I get it right? There we go. Santangelo, nuts. I was trying. Oh, Jake, Josh, I was so excited about that name. Santangelo. All right, Santangelo, Hey, Josh, have a seat there in the front row. It'll be perfect. All right, I'm going to stop trying anymore. So, Josh, you're going to be holding our Torah cover in a few moments. And finally, I'd like to invite forward Jennifer Salgado to come and to join us to open up our ark doors as we're going to continue now in the middle of page 362. Please rise. Come on up. Please rise.
Avraham Heitiv avitzoncha et Zion Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Ki v'chol levad batachnu Melech Eram v'nisa Adon Olamim.
Page 364, Ki Mitzion.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai mirushalayim.
In this scroll is a secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. Page 366.
Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadelu Adonai iti, Unerom Mema Shemo Yachdav.
So it is Torah that has been a gift from generation to generation. And there have been times in our history when we haven't had the privilege and the honor of being able to hold publicly Torah. Here, turn around and face this way with us. Perfect. So times when I know also you're perfect. You're right there. Josh, I got you. Yes. All right. So being able to, I know that in your family's history too, a time when Torah was held close to the heart, but careful with not being in the eyes of the people. How awesome it is today to stand in this space, to stand in an open and beautiful and space filled with light. But that light doesn't come from the windows. That light doesn't come from the lights above. That light comes from each and every one of you, because you have that light of Torah. You have that light of tradition. You have that light of who you are, and such a blessing. So, we thank you. We thank you for standing here and being the bearers of Torah. You have held on to this wonderful gift, and you have been teachers of it. You have passed it on, and you have inspired. And this wonderful gift, you have told its story, and you have given its blessings. Today, Nancy and Stan, you give this wonderful gift to your son. Jake, this is yours. It belongs to you, but I'm going to take my talit. There you go. This belongs to you. Hold on to it tightly. Right now, when we march through the congregation with this Torah scroll, remember that it's reminding us that it belongs to each and every one of us. And you are that leader today with us. May its weight continue to always keep you rooted in who you are, but also may it lift you up and inspire you always as we walk now in the light of Torah.
Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahon ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz lecha Adonai הממלכה והעמית נעשה לכל לראש. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם אומר. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם אומר. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה devarim, ashlosha devarim, ashlosha devarim, haolam, haolam, amen.
Before you are seated, those of you who would like to come up and see Torah up close and personal, come on up, come join us here at the Ark. Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. All right. Yeah, actually, if you'll hold on. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Come on up, don't be shy. Perfect, gather around. Awesome. Whoa, we're gonna get you all. All right, perfect. And if you're not right up close, and you can get up behind the stairs back there. There you go. If you're not coming up, you're welcome to be seated. There you go. Fantastic. And we'll kind of rotate you guys around. So, hi. There you go. All right. Perfect. Keep a hold of that. There you are. Perfect. Now, let me just do something really quick here. I'm just going to move that this way a little bit. Awesome. There we go. Okay. Do you mind? Will you hold on to right there, please? Perfect. Thank you. Awesome. That way it doesn't roll this way again. All right. So it's a Torah scroll, which means when it's a scroll, if you don't have something holding it together, it will, it's hard to keep it together. So all of our B'nai Mitzvah students, we go on a retreat in the fall, and they make their own Torah binder. So this is Jake's Torah binder that he did. Hey, come on, he did a pretty good job there. There you go. Let's see. Exactly. It's a little bit of Jake, right? A lot of Jake. Yeah, exactly. USC. Any UCLA fans? I'm really sorry. You guys are welcome to be seated down there if you like to. Feel free. There you go. Take a load off. It's all good. So, all right. So we have the Torah. As I said earlier, it is handwritten by a sofer, by a scribe. And it's written, first of all, on parchment. Parchment comes from a kosher animal. All right, Adam, here's your test. You ready, kiddo? Kosher animal has what? What two things do they have? You can't remember. Go for it, Sam. Very good. Split hooves and chew their cud. All right. So split hooves, has that little split in it. Chew their cud, it's a digestive process, where they eat and then we're not going to get into it because I don't know about you, but lunch sounds really good. So, but that's what makes a kosher animal. A pig is not kosher. It has split hooves, but it does not chew its cud. All right, so cow is kosher, sheep is kosher, goat. All right, camel, not kosher. Those are feet. Those are not hooves, but they do chew their cud. So the parchment comes from a kosher animal, and you can kind of see on the back of the parchment here just some of the different coloration. That's the color of the animal. The ink. Ink is made from all sorts of natural different ingredients, such as gall nuts that you can find from oak trees, and also different berries and tree saps and so forth that are ground down and mixed and boiled and cooled and boiled and cooled and so forth. Now, it's interesting. We've been looking at some recipes for Torah ink, and I've always been taught, so I'm going to just stick with it, that the last ingredient that goes into making ink. Come on, you got this one, Adam. There you go, sweetheart. Ah, yes, thank you. All right, so it's honey, and that gives it its shine. Honey, sweet as honey. That's what Torah is supposed to be. Now, handwritten with a quill, feather, all right? So imagine, the scribe sitting there and carefully writing this out. The scribe, first of all, what they do with the parchment to prepare it, they actually score in some different lines. So as you come closer later on, you'll see some of these lines just to keep everything nice and straight. I don't know about you, but if I don't write with lines, it's a mess. So they got lines to keep everything going vertical as well as horizontal to keep it justified. But something that's really interesting. Come here, my friend. Come a little bit closer. All right, what's your name? Hey, Gabriel. All right, I want you to look really, really closely, okay? We're going to have you read some Hebrew. I'm kidding, not really. But I don't know, you might be able to. I should never, assume. So if you look at the lines here. See the lines here and see the lines there? Okay. The letters, are they hanging on the line or are they sitting on the line? They are hanging on the line. Yay, Gabriel. All right, beautiful. So they are hanging on the line. Now there's this wonderful Midrash story that says why do the Torah letters hang from the line is because that line represents a division between heaven and earth, okay? So we are the people, we are the letters. We are always striving toward more holiness, toward reaching up toward God. And so therefore, as people, we're really reaching up to transcend then into a holy space. The Torah also, when a scribe sits down and writes a Torah scroll, they have to do it perfectly, all right? If they make a mistake, they can try to scrape off that mistake because, first of all, the letters sit on the parchment. Parchment is such that the ink is not going to sink into the parchment. It's going to sit there. And so therefore, if they make a mistake, they can try to scrape it off and then repair it. If they are not able to repair, if they're not able to fix that letter, guess what they have to do? Start all over. Not the entire Torah scroll, just that one panel. A panel, yeah. Phew. I was like, thank God. All right, so a panel has about 4 or 5 different columns of Hebrew in it. For the most part, they're able to fix it. So we had a fire here a little over 4 years ago, and the fire, while the flames were contained to the kitchen and the social hall area, the intense heat, and then also withdrew all the moisture from the air, caused damage to our Torah scrolls, in which when the sofer came to check our Torah scrolls, he was literally flicking off the letters because that without having that moisture that would keep it. So this Torah scroll has been repaired, and like I said, we're repairing the one from the Czech Republic as well. So Ari, am I missing anything? You are the next one up to bat, my friend. Yeah, so Ari becomes bar mitzvah in a little over a week. So we are so excited about that. So anybody else does anybody have any questions? No? Any answers? No? 42, maybe? Okay. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to invite you all to go and have a seat. If you were far out, you want to come sit up close, go ahead and rotate on through. Thank you very much. I've got it. I promise. Absolutely. There you go. Come on up. Feel free to come up close. Yeah. So we also don't touch where the ink is with our fingers because the oil in our fingers, when mixed with the ink, can cause the ink to break down. So we use this thing called a yad to follow along with in our reading.
How many Torah scrolls are there in the world?
Oh, thousands, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're being rewritten. New ones are being rewritten. This one is about 13 years old, and so every day there's new ones being written. However, what's interesting is there are no new Torah scrolls being written in Eastern Europe because there are no sofrim there. There's no sofer. So yeah. All right. So, as I said earlier, we are in the Torah portion of Tzav, which is in the book of Leviticus. The book of Leviticus, it's in the middle, okay? So we got Genesis and Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. So we're in the middle of our Torah scroll right now, and allow us to begin that reading.
For our first Aliyah, chanting the blessing and reading from Torah, Michael Shcharber, Melech Fishel Chaim Ben Shalom Vechana Eli Sheva, and reading the English translation, Rochelle Karanu, Runya Bat Fishel Vechaiki. Ya'amdu Laliyah Harishona.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bar harbanu mikol ha'amin v'na'atan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein ha'Torah.
Amen.
V'yiraber Adonai el Moshe la'amor kach et Aharon ve'et banav ito ve'et ha'agadim ve'et shamor ha'asat ve'et par ha'atat ve'et shanei ha'alim ve'et sal ha'atziva ve'et kal ha'ada ha'kahel el payatit ha'hel vayad vias Moshe ka'aser tziva Adonai ita v'tachal ha'et el petach ohel v'amor moed v'amor v'amor Moshe el ha'ada tzi ha'adavar asher tziva Adonai la'amoshe la'asot. Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Yasher koach.
Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, "Take Aaron and his sons with him, the vestments and the anointing oil, and a bull for the sin offering, 2 rams, and a basket of unleavened bread. Then gather all the congregation together at the entrance of the tent of meeting." And Moses did as Adonai commanded him. When the community was gathered together at the entrance of the tent of meeting, Moses said to the congregation, "This is what Adonai commanded to be done."
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'hayeh olam nita b'tohenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Good job. Yasher koach. Yasher koach. You're welcome. It's hard to know when to end because one of the things I forgot to tell you up there, by the way, is that there is no punctuation in the Torah, and there are no vowels. So as you're looking in your prayer books there, you have the little dots and dashes and so forth that are with the Hebrew letters. Those are the vowels. The way Hebrew was originally written, there were no vowels. If I gave you something in English to read without any vowels, you'd be able to read it because you know the language. But over time, when we started moving to different countries and speaking different languages, we lost some of the Hebrew language, and so therefore we have the pointed text with vowels and then without. Remember what I said earlier with Torah? You can't change anything. You can't add anything, which means we can't add the vowels or the punctuation in the Torah scroll. So you have to go from one text that has the pointed text, and then you move over to the Torah text. So that's why sometimes it's a little bit hard to go, okay, wait, where am I ending? And where that period is or where that comma is.
For our second aliyah, chanting the blessing, Lauren Wilcox, Daphna Batsi Pora, reading from the Torah, Jody Kaufman, Gila Nechama, Bat Yaakov Shlomo, Vishprintel Kela, and reading the English translation, Nicole Shcharber, Esther Bat Basil Vanelli. Ta'amodna aliyah hashenit.
So Lauren, take your seat.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayakrev Moshe et Aharon ve'et banav, vayirchatz otam b'mayim, vayiten alav et hakutonet, vayachgor oto ba'avnet, vayalbesh oto et hameil, vayiten alav et ha'ephod, vayachgor oto becheshev ha'ephod, Vayefod lo bo, vayasem alav et achoshen, וייתן אל החושן את האורים ואת התומים. וישם את המצנפת על ראשו, וישם על המצנפת אל מול פניו את ציץ הזהב, נזר הקודש, כאשר ציווה אדוני את משה.
Then Moses brought Aaron and his sons forward and washed them with the water. He put the tunic on him and girded him with a sash and clothed him with the robe and put the ephod upon him, girding him with the finely decorated sash of the ephod and bound it to him with it. He put the breastplate on him and put it into the breastplate, the Urim and the Thummim. Then he put the mitre upon his head, and on the front of the mitre he put the golden frontlet, the holy diadem, just as Adonai commanded Moses.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'haye olam nata betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
For our third Aliyah, chanting the blessings, stand Shcharber, Shalom ben Basil Vinelli, and reading the English translation, Sarah Garowit, Sarah bat Natan Umila.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Ne'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher harbach banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayikach Moshe et shemen hamishcha, vayimshach et hamishkan ve'et kol asher bo, vaykadesh otam, vayaz mimenu al hamizbeach sheva pe'amim, vayimshach et hamizbeach ve'et kol kelav, ve'et hakiyor, ve'et keno lekadesham, vayitzok hamishkan al rosh Aharon, vayimshach oto lekadesho, vayakrev Moshe et bnei Aharon, vayalbishem kutonot, vayachgor otam avnet, vayachavosh lahem migvaot, ka'asher tziva Adonai et Moshe.
Moses took the anointing oil and anointed the tabernacle and all that was in it, and sanctified them. He sprinkled some of it on the altar 7 times, anointing the altar and all its utensils, both the basin and its pedestal, to sanctify them. Then he poured some of the anointing oil on Aaron's head and anointed him to sanctify him. And Moses brought the sons of Aaron and put tunics on them and girded them with sashes and put turbans on them, just as Adonai commanded Moses.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'haye olam nata betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Will you please come up and join us? So at this moment, how wonderful to have the parents able to be present at this very special moment.
Ya'amod habachur habar mitzvah Yaakov Adin Sander ben Shalom v'chana Alisheva le'aliyah haTorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamra Baruch Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch
Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamra Halam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Umi peta ohel moed lo tetzeu shivat yamim ad yom melot yamale miluehem ki shivat yamim yamale et yedhem ka'asher asa beyom Ze tzi ya'o Adonai lehasot lehaper alehem umifeta ohel moed teshivu yamam ve'laila shivat yamim ve'asitem ishmatem yo Eshmishmaret Adonai velo tamutu ki kaharon cvt ve'yas aharon v'narvan at kol divarim asar sivat Adonai Ve'yam Moshe. You shall not go outside the entrance of the tent of meeting for 7 days until the day that your period of ordination is completed. For your ordination will require 7 days. Everything done today, Adonai has commanded to be done. To explain for you, you shall remain at the entrance of the tent of meeting day and night for 7 days, keeping Adonai's charge, that you may not die, for so I have been commanded. Aaron and his sons did all the things that Adonai had commanded through Moses. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'hayei olam nata b'tohenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Mazel tov. There you go. As now we continue with within our Torah service, we offer a Mishaberach, a prayer of healing for those who are in need of healing of mind, body, and spirit. I invite you to think about those in your life, family or friends, those in the community who are in need of healing. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu, may the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all of those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say, Amen. And go ahead and scooch right back to the back for just a second. There you go. It's my honor to call forward Josh again. If you'll bring up the Torah cover, go ahead and hold that. And I'd like to invite forward Basil, if you'll come forward for Hagba and also to hold our Torah. So come on forward up here. And we invite everyone, come on up. We invite everyone to please rise as we give honor to the Torah.
Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
The Haftorah for Parashat Tzav is Jeremiah chapter 7, verses 21 through 29. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ashar bahar binvim tovim baratza v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emeh Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'Torah uv'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'vinvie ha'emet v'tzedek. Ko amar Adonai sevaot Elohei Yisrael uletihem sefu al ziverhem v'Eloheinu basar. Ko lo dibariti et avodehem v'lo sivitim beyom hoetzi otam mitzmarim al divare olah v'zava. Thus said Adonai of hosts, the God of Israel: add your burnt offerings to your other sacrifices, and eat the meat. For when I freed your fathers from the land of Egypt, I did not speak with them or command them concerning burnt offerings or sacrifice. But this is what I command them: do my bidding, and that I may be your God, and you may be my people. Walk in the only way I enjoin you upon, that is, it may go well with you. Yet they did not listen or give ear. They followed their own counsels with the willfulness or the evil hearts. They have been gone backward, not forward, from the day your fathers left the land of Egypt until today. And I thought I kept sending all my servants, the prophets, to them, and daily, persistently, they would not listen to me or give ear. They stiffened their necks, and they acted worse than their fathers. You shall not say all these things to them, but they will not listen. You shall call to them, but they will not respond to you. Then say to them, this is a nation that would not obey Adonai their God, that would not expect rebuke. Faithfulness has perished, vanished from their mouths. Share your locks and cast them away. Take up a lament on the heights. For Adonai has spurned and cast off the brood that provoked God's wrath. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ha'olam sur kol ha'olamim sadik beho hadorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh hamdaber kayem shekol divarav emed v'tzedek at ahatorah ve'al ha'vodah ve'al ha'ni'ivim ve'al yom be'ha-Shabbat hazeh shehinata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limduha lehavod v'liparet al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim la amahaper avodah Ota Yitbara Shimha Befi Kohai Hamed Leolam Vaed Baruch Atah Adonai Makadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Yasher koach. We now continue with, as we return our Torah to the Ark, so stay right there, as we turn in our prayer books once again to page 374. I invite you to please rise.
Hodohu
Here, if
al
you'll come up here and join us with us,
haaretz
please, that'd be great.
v'shamayim vayarem keren le'amo tehila lechol chasidav libnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah. Tov natati lachem Torati al ta'azovu et chaim hi lama chazikim ba v'tomchei ha'meushar deracheha darchenu am v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh chadesh yameinu chadesh yameinu kekedem.
Please be seated. Okay. Yep. Perfect. There you go.
Have you ever made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Seems easy, doesn't it? But have you ever really paid attention to what goes into assembling the perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich? There are actually many steps in this ritual, from pulling out the bread from the plastic bag to getting the knife out of the drawer, opening the jar of peanut butter and spreading the peanut butter and jelly so the ratio of salty and sweet is perfect, then cutting it on a straight angle. In this week's Torah portion, Sav, we learn all about food preparations and rituals performed by Aaron and his sons and how important they were to give thanks to God. Before I go into this portion, let me give you a little background story of Aaron and his sons. The Eternal One spoke to Moses, saying, "Command Aaron and his sons thus, this is a ritual of the burnt offering. The burnt offering itself shall remain where it is burned upon the altar all night until morning, while fire on the altar is kept going on it." Leviticus chapter 6, verses 1 and 2. The Lord spoke to Moses to command Aaron and his sons the ritual of the burnt offering. The Kohanim, or the priests, whose job it was to keep the fire on the altar going, had to keep it burning at all times, ready for an animal and meal offerings of sacrifices. Aaron and his sons are told to bring a meal offering to present on the altar. The sin offering is the unintentional wrongs to being slaughtered by the priest. The cooking is done to be in an earthen pot and cleaned after. The guilt offering is the animal slaughtered by the priest and bled out and burned the whole animal together. Only certain people can eat from this. The sacrifice of well-being or peace is prepared as Thanksgiving with unleavened wafers and flour cakes. This is only an example of many of the different types of offerings that would be made by the Kohanim. People were very thankful for their land and crops, and if the weather was kind to them during the season. They were thankful for their survival and the survival of their children. Sickness was something they feared in their daily life. The lives of Aaron and his sons were unpredictable, and they tried to prepare for a future as best as they could by participating in rituals of sacrifice if it was something that would bring them a good life. Sav is about showing respect and being thankful through a series of rituals. The moral of the story is to take time to have a routine it will become a part of your daily life that is important enough that you do it every day in order to give thanks to God. The details in Psalm shows that the laws and rules appease God. Being detail-oriented in life is a productive life. But remember, just because life gets busy, you must always take time for family and prayer. How can I relate to these topics? Ever since I was little, being thankful has been in my daily life. We always talk about how thankful we are for our business, that we have been providing an amazing life for my grandparents, my parents, and my brother and I. We consistently discuss how fortunate we are to have this in our lives. We are also extremely thankful for our health. Health is something never to be taken for granted. I think people do not say how thankful they are for things enough. It doesn't have to be reserved for Thanksgiving after the Cowboys play football or before you eat turkey and pasta. Yes, we eat pasta on Thanksgiving. As an offering of daily thanksgiving, I ask you to turn to the person next to you and tell them one thing that you are thankful for. No, really, turn to the person next to you, even if you don't know them, and tell them one thing you are thankful for. I know. Okay, being thankful is part of my mitzvah project. How many of you in this room play or love baseball? No, that's what I like to see. I think that all of us love the game and all of its rituals and superstitions. I've always been very lucky to have the best baseball gear, and I'm very appreciative of that. Many kids in this country are not as lucky as me. For Michael's bar mitzvah project in 2013, he started a baseball equipment drive working with an organization called Pitchin' for Baseball. Since 2005, Pitchin' for Baseball has been helping kids in undeserved communities gain access to baseball and softball equipment. Michael continued the mitzvah project every year, and I have helped him along the way. This year, it's all mine, making this Team Shcharber's 6th year collecting gear in the Villa Park and Orange community. Everyone has been extremely generous. We have collected over 200 items, from bats, balls, helmets, gloves, and even uniforms from Villa Park High School. We packed up the gear and shipped it to the charity headquarters in Pennsylvania. We helped kids get back on the field after some of our country's worst disasters. This year, most of the equipment will go to Houston, Florida, and Puerto Rico. I've really enjoyed helping other kids out with something I love, baseball. Now, we have gone through the whole service, and some of you still might be wondering, what does it mean to become a bar mitzvah? Becoming a bar mitzvah to me means that I share a special bond with my brother, father, and grandfather who have all been bar mitzvahed. It is knowing that I can practice my religion freely without restriction. For many people in my family, that was not always the case. My grandparents and father came from Odessa, Ukraine, when it was the Soviet Union. Jews were persecuted for hundreds of years in Russia. They were not allowed to have religion of any kind. But where there's a will, there's a way. My grandfather had a secret bar mitzvah service in a basement of a building. It was important for his mother to see him become bar mitzvah, even if it was in hiding. In the mid-1970s, my grandparents were given the opportunity to leave the Soviet Union for religious freedom. After debating the topic of leaving over and over, they came to a conclusion that they had to leave for my dad. He was only 5 years old, but they knew his future would be bleak. It must have been extremely scary to leave their home, friends, and family. After a long trip leaving Russia, they had to live in Italy for 6 to 12 months to secure their sponsorship to the United States. My dad was almost 7 when they were ready to come to the United States. They settled in Los Angeles, where my dad went to a Jewish day school. They all learned English, some in school, some in work, and some watching I Love Lucy. My father became bar mitzvah in Hollywood, California, far from Russia, but always knowing in the back of his mind that he was lucky to have the religious freedom in the United States. Now I've neared the end of the service. Before I conclude, I would like to thank a few people. First, I would like to thank my grandparents, Baba and Buba, for giving me this opportunity to what my dad and brother have done. Next, I would like to thank my grandparents, Mimi and Chick, for the Tali again, and for coming to all my games and for all the gifts you have given me over the years. Also, thank you, Chick, for all the funny but weird life lessons you have taught me. I would also like to thank Cantor Reinwald and Rabbi Cohen for all their help in preparing me for this day, and they have always taught me from kindergarten through 7th grade. I would also like to thank my baseball team and my coaches for always picking me up when I'm down, even if I didn't play well. My coaches have always taught me everything the correct way that has been molding me into the player I am today. Now, the last two thank yous are the biggest of them all. First, my parents. Thank you for always being there when I needed help on something or just needed a laugh. Dad, first of all, thank you for being an amazing dad. And second, thank you for always all the great motivational life lessons and giving me through some of our kind of weird. Thank you for being my friend, my coach, my tutor, and my dad. Now to my brother. Michael, no matter if we are having fun, I love you no matter what, and we will always be a team, and we can never break up. We might go through thick and thin, but we still have to be there for each other. You're a pretty great brother, and I think many of you people know you for being such a great, well-rounded person. So, Michael, thanks for being the best brother in the world. Now on to the biggest thank you of them all, the one and only Nancy Shcharber, my mom. Well, Mom, I'm just going to cut to the chase and just start from the beginning when it all started. You have been there for me in good times and bad, but now is a great time. From all the great special cakes you have made me for my birthday to being at every sporting event that I've had all the way in Riverside, even though you wish you could be at home reading magazines and relaxing on the couch. And I love it every time you do. You're the best mom in the world, and I couldn't ask for a better mom than you, and I don't want anyone but you. So, Mom, thank you, and I love you. Shabbat Shalom. Okay. I'll move yours right here, okay? Okay. Jake, from the moment you were born, our whole family was excited to get to know you. I remember waking up on January 29th, 2005, and I got out of bed and couldn't find Mom or Dad. I went downstairs and saw Mimi. She told me that they were at the hospital and you were born. After I finished my bowl of Life cereal, I ran upstairs, got my clothes on, and we headed to the hospital. When I got there, I was ecstatic. I knew that I would have a lifetime best friend no matter what. Ever since you were born, I have tried to help benefit you in certain ways. My friends would tell you that I do certain things in school and say, wow, I hope that this helps Jake in a few years. Mom and Dad tell me how much you look up to me at times, and I make sure to work hard and try to never let you down. We have made so many fun memories over the years, from hotel baseball to our home video show called Brothers in Baseball. You have even become one of my friends' friends and hung out with all of us in the koozie or playing basketball. But I think my favorite thing that we have done together was going to all the VP basketball games at home. We have grown up so much together, and we have finally made it to your big day. I know that this day is a big one for you, and we are all so lucky that we were able to celebrate it with you. Finally, I know that we only have a few more months together before I head off to college, and I'm trying to make it count. I will try not to be rude and hang out with you more because I know when I leave that I will miss you for sure. So Jake, we all love you and are so glad to celebrate this day with you. Mazel tov, Jake, and can't wait to party it up tonight. Oh, and never forget, I'm taking the PS4 to college.
Thank you all for being here with us on this special day to celebrate. It means a lot to Nancy and I. Jake, Mom, Michael, and I, and all of your family are so proud of you. Today is a big accomplishment. Getting to today wasn't always easy. With so many activities that take your attention, you were able to do what you set out to do. You could have quit along the way. It was difficult to make it to Hebrew school on a regular basis. But as always, you kept your cool and moved forward without any worry you wouldn't succeed. You chose to be part of something that is bigger than you, to acknowledge all the history that has brought you here among those who love you. You have chosen to thank those who came to this great country so that you may have opportunity and freedom. As I have told you from the very first time you could understand my words, work hard towards your goals and you can achieve what you want. And that is exactly what you've done. You have made hard work a cornerstone of your personality. You give 100% to all you attempt. You do it in sports, and you do it every evening when you work diligently to complete your schoolwork. You always give your best. You have been challenged in school by subjects that aren't easy for you. You didn't give up. You worked harder. You will be challenged in life also. You will have many successes along the way, but you will also have failures. Success will be easy to handle, but how you handle failure will define your character. Will you lie down and quit, or will you stand up and roar and say that failure is not an option? I hope you choose never to accept failure. I am confident you will not. And those who know you, who know your character, also know how you will respond. We couldn't be more proud of that. Becoming bar mitzvah is supposed to mark manhood. It's only the beginning of becoming a man. You must be honorable, honest, hardworking, respected by your family and friends, and most of all, a loving and giving person. You will be challenged along the way. Different paths will present themselves. Make good choices and never waver from your principles. No matter how big you get, you will always be our little Jakey. Enjoy your journey to manhood. Take advantage of your many opportunities. Congratulations on your day. We love you very much. Mazel tov.
So Jake, you become a bar mitzvah not only amongst your family and friends, but also before your community. And so, excuse me real quick, I'm just going to open this right here. So to present you with a few gifts from our congregation, it is my honor to call forward, representing your friends from the class as well as our youth group, Adam and Ari and Sam, and also representing our brotherhood, Sylvan Swartz, and our sisterhood, Lori Glaske.
Jake, we met in about the first grade in the Hebrew school, and you've been one of my best friends since then. You have always been one of the kids that could brighten up a room and make everyone laugh. You worked so hard for this day, and you did a great job. Congrats.
Jake, I remember when we met in the first grade, and ever since, we have been best friends. You were always the person to make me laugh and always put a smile on my face. Congratulations on your bar mitzvah. You did a great job. And on behalf of the youth group, we present you a Havdalah candle.
Congratulations. Beautiful. Thank you, gentlemen. You may return over to your seats. Lori.
Thank you. Hi. On behalf of the Temple Board and Sisterhood, we want to wish you and your family Mazel Tov. And you go to Saravilla, and there was a former principal there that always would say, make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. And you definitely did that. And you did an amazing service. And we are thankful. You talked about being thankful. We're thankful for you becoming a bar mitzvah and leading us in today's service. So here is a Kiddush cup that you can use with your future family on Shabbats and different things. So Mazel Tov.
Jake, it's just about over, so you can start relaxing. I want to say a couple things. This is the first time I've been in a bar mitzvah where they started with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and then went to the whole saga of a family coming from Eastern Europe to the United States, and all this that went on in between. And on top of that, you like USC, right? So it's my boy. Come here. And we need some good Jewish players coming up, so I'm looking forward. And more importantly, now that you're a man, you start looking at the brotherhood, because for 19 years we've been trying to form a baseball team, and we now have a nucleus. Do you pitch? You do? Great. So we just need a catcher and the other 7 positions, and we got it done. Yeah. Oh, you got it? Okay, great. So we're well on our way for the brotherhood. So I know this is a big day for all of us. But we're proud of you, and the temple's proud of you, and I want to present to you a tzedakah box, which is to collect money for charity. And it looks like with your baseball charity, you're well on your way. well, you can't put equipment in here. You can put a few bucks in here. You can hit your parents up for a check. We'll take checks in here too. And then what you do with it is up to you. So again, mazel tov, and you did a great job.
So, and Jake, also, of course, you've been using the gift that came from our board of directors, which is your prayer book. May you continue to use it in good health. And, sometimes when you're looking for inspiration, just open it up. There are some wonderful readings there that can continue to inspire. As well as, of course, you have your certificate of becoming a bar mitzvah. It's not a driver's license, but it is a license to drive Torah. There you go. And also, there's a scholarship from the National Federation of Temple Youth, or North American Federation of Temple Youth, to help get you to Israel, that you should go visit Israel. And while you are there, to visit a tree which has been planted in your honor. And when you're there, you need to remember to water it. And your watering day is? Thursday. Exactly. Very good. So Ari will make sure to go water your tree on Thursday while we're there, and find out who else we need to go water for while we're there. Definitely water that tree. But also, may you just always know the wonderful home that you have here in our congregation. You are an important part of that. And so we are truly, truly grateful for all of the blessings that you bestow upon us. Speaking of blessings, it is our honor right now, Cantor Reinwald and I, to bestow upon you our blessings. I'm going to invite forward Nancy and Stan, if the two of you will come and join us, and if everyone will please rise. So, go that way, then you won't lose it. Jake, here you stand before the Torah and before God and before your congregation and before the Jewish people. You stand here as a young man, and your father's right. This is a journey. This isn't the end. This isn't a graduation. This is a beginning of a wonderful journey of your discovering and wrestling with and finding who you are as a young Jewish man. Within this Torah portion, we talk about this eternal fire. Okay, this eish atid, this always this light that tamid, this eish tamid that is always burning. That eternal fire that's burning is there on the altar, the place where offerings were made that you so beautifully described for us in your Devar Torah. But it's always important, Jake, to have that eternal fire always going, that it's not to be, let out, or if it goes out, that it's relit then in the morning, depending on if they were traveling. Jake, for you, you get to discover how it is that you keep your eternal flame burning, how it is that you add the wood of the fuel that keeps you inspired, how it is that you search our world and find your place within it. What is the spark that inspires you, my friend? What is it that you want to accomplish? All of your dreams are possible, but it takes work, it takes perseverance, it takes patience. So, Jake, our blessing for you is that you should always keep that fire burning. Find new ways of feeding its flames so that way it can be brighter. Know that your spark is also commingled with so many other sparks from your family, but also you are a part of that flame of the Jewish people. Never lose that. Never lose who you are. Never forget from where you came. You have a very unique story, but also a story that is told by so many as well. Hold on to that story. Remember it. Teach it. Share it. And may it always bring you blessings as you bring us blessings, and as we get to bless you now with words of Torah.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and watch over you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine on you, in you, and through you, and may God truly be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha Shalom.
Jacob, Yaakov, may you always, always feel God's presence around you, just like your namesake of Yaakov. Yaakov climbed a ladder there and looking and wrestling with God. Jake, may you always, always find wrestling in the blessings of God always there with you. May God grant you a life that is filled with happiness, a life that is filled with good health, a life that is filled with shalom, with peace. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
We remain standing here as we turn to our words of Aleinu L'Shabeach, our closing prayers, on page 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
If you'll come join us right down here. And we remain standing now as our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us. Yet their memories are truly a blessing today and always. We remember those whose yahrzeit, the anniversary of their passing, we recall on this Shabbat and during this coming week. Carolyn Anderson, Reva Block, Hal Carter, Ray Cates, Audrey Cross, Melba Dickey, Bernhard Dorman, Patricia Auerland, Javagon Aaron, Jeanette Ellison, Elliot Fuhr, Saul Fried, Marilyn Friedman, Sue Webb Friedman, Frida Hanfling, Dora Kavanaugh, David Klein, Dora Klein, Reuben E. Kleiner, Francis Michael, Betty Moulton, Michael Negrin, Elliot Newman, Herbert Omens, Hyman Pleva, Samuel Prosky, Molly Rappaport, Rebecca Rice, Joanne Ross, Ethel Schechter, Jeanette Sherman, Aaron Smith, Jenny Tucker, Ruth Weiner, Muriel Rachel Waxman Weisberg, Amy Eugenie Whitcomb, Robert Rolland Whitcomb, Florence Markle Sobin Zakin, and Sarah Silver Zechter. If there is anyone here who's in the period of mourning of Shiva, Shloshim, or Shana, who's observing a yahrzeit of a loved one whose name I have not called, I invite you as I face in your direction to please share their names with us. For all of them and for all those who have given their lives al Kiddush Hashem, for the sanctification of God's holy name, and for all those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, we join together on page 598, Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's Kaddish. Yit Kadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, B'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevorach le'elam olomei olmaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal Shemei Kudesha b'richu, Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram bi'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say together, Amen.
Amen.
So stay right here because we're going to do one more thing before our closing song, which is we are going to have a kiddush and a motzi in honor of Jake becoming bar mitzvah. the voice from behind, I know. So here you go. So this is for you guys and for us up here. And we get the whole challah, Jake. Do we have to share? Okay, awesome. We'll take off the plastic right there. Perfect. So first, yes, hi, Michael. So go ahead and take a Kiddush cup, guys, right up here. We'll join together with Kiddush. And also Shehechianu, which we give thanks to God for giving us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this moment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Chaim.
L'chaim.
All right. Here we go. Challah. All right, you guys, find your favorite spot. Where are you going to go? You're going to go for the middle? You're going to go for an end? Where are you? All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Ooh, you left me in the middle. Awesome. Thank you. All right, we might share later. So we invite you to put your arms around somebody next to you. And if you don't know who they are, say hello. And we join together. Oh, say shalom. And we chew.
Oh, say shalom bimromav ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'akov Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'akov Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'akov Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'akov Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Mazel tov.